I am that I am. Some may call me Heru. I wanted to really get more grasp, give you some more grasp on some information I kind of came across and kind of realized what's really going on. In this society known as the planet Earth, or known as the USA Corporation or the USA government, we have to distinguish ourselves. We have to distinguish who we are. We have to know thyself. We have to decode thyself. We have to decode those who are in this so-called leadership position of what we give them. So what today I wanted to reference or kind of go over is who owes debt. Think about this for a minute. Who owes debt? Now, due to all the bankruptcies of this U.S. corporation all through history have shown us, from the early years of the incorporation of the USA government, the incorporation of the republic form of government, we must understand that corporations was developed. We got to understand who was in charge, and literally we got to think about whose debt is literally the debt that you claim you have as a U.S. citizen or as a living soul. That's going to be the distinguishing. Now, you don't, as a living soul, let me go back. You, as a U.S. citizen, have debt, but do you claim yourself as a U.S. citizen? Think about that once. Think about that hard. Do you claim yourself as a U.S. citizen? And if you had the knowledge or if you had the insight right now, and somebody can tell you what a U.S. citizen really means or the decoding of a U.S. citizen, you probably throw that U.S. citizenship right out the window. And you wouldn't even want to claim it when you really understand that all you're receiving are benefits and privileges. Let me rephrase that. All you receiving are benefits and privileges, not rights. So get that in your head. It's no rights. You don't have no rights. The only rights you have according to the U.S. Code, statutes, and laws of what the so-called U.S. government, yes, D.C., Washington, D.C., for those of you who don't understand or decode, Washington, D.C. is a whole nother country, people. So therefore, they got laws that people abide by in that country. It's like you coming in my house, telling me to move out my house, or telling me to move out my house because I'm going to have a party in your house. Period. Point blank. What's going on? Think about that. This is what's really going on. So they made you consent. They literally made you consent because that's what you do. You don't question the going down to the DMV to go sign up for your driver's license. Yes, and I've been there. For those of you naysayers and all the people think that, okay, Heru, this brother haven't had no issues. Yes, I have plenty of issues. I did the same issues you have been going through right now. So keep it real, people. Keep it real and stop giving me all this negative crap. I mean, we know we've been there, but my job, what I have been doing, this is my job to help others. If you're in the same situation, come on, here's the light. I'm shining it in the hole. Come on, let's get it open. Now we seeing everything is starting to reveal up in here. That's the whole point. So my point is this. Who owes the debt? A living soul show enough, don't owe the debt. Period. Point blank. So let's get that in our heads. We do not own the debt. Denial of corporation. Denial of its existence. You're the living soul. It's the creator, then you. Come on, think about it, people. The creator, then you. Then you have the right over government. Government have the right over corporations. Come on, people. We need to take back what is ours. And we need to stop letting this forced benefit, this so-called fiat dollar and all these other so-called currency wannabes controlling our life. We need to go back to the system. Like I addressed in the last two videos. there is no money. You are the money. You are the currency. So start acting like the currency. Start taking control of who you are. Start taking control of what availability you do have. Because you are not in debt. Now, your U.S. citizen, straw man, as some may say, is in debt. Because that's the owing, or that's the currency of the so-called U.S. government corporation. That was incorporated in the 1870s. So come on, people, we have to really start putting things in check. We don't owe that credit report nothing. What is the credit report anyway? Just an agency that's gathering all your information, taking your information and sending it out to, we don't know. They're giving it to everybody in the book. But period, point blank, is free for you each year. Think about that one. You don't own the Social Security number. You don't even own the birth certificate. You don't own none of that because it's not you. And look on your birth certificate. Look when you got the so-called date when you was born, or your nativity date. Then you have the date when the bond was issued. Come on, people, think about that. The bond was issued a couple days. In some records, you got people a couple of weeks, almost 4 weeks before that birth certificate was even processed. So think about it. You're not in debt. Your living soul is not in debt. You know what I'm saying? If you want to claim that U.S. citizenship, that's a different story. You see what I'm saying? But here, in this day and age, why would you claim something that you don't have no rights in general? When they can tell you, stop, hey, you need a license for a gun. You need a license to drive. You need a license to do this. You need a license to do that. You need a license to live your life. That's practically what they're telling you. I don't see no bears. I don't see no other animals out there. We got a couple cats running around here. They don't tell us where they going. They don't tell us what they need to be doing. They go wherever they please. Yeah, some cases they might violate some things. Some people might not like them in certain areas, but they do what they want to do. They don't have no driver's license. They don't have no license. So think about it, people. You're not in debt. Your living soul is not in debt. As a sovereign, you're not in debt. But as a U.S. citizen, you're in debt. You're in debt. You're liable to this government because they're making you liable. You are the commodity. So let's get that. You are the commodity. When you're driving around there with their license, with all their different privileges and benefits, because you think that if I run around with this stuff, I'm safe and I'm protected and I have the laws on my side. No, people. So this is just want you to come to think about this. You're not in debt as a living soul. You're not in debt as a sovereign sentient being. And who coming up with this phrase? Please, let me nip this in the bud. A sovereign citizen. How misinformed is that? There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. So let's get that in people's mind right now. The only true sovereign is you. You are the sovereign. Regardless if you're filling out paperwork, regardless, you just got to reclaim your rights. So that's for all y'all who's talking about, I need my paperwork straight. Obviously, yeah, I'm doing my paperwork so it can be handled, boom, boom, boom. But in the thinking, the mind, the living, here, right here, this is where it got to be, right here, where you can actually articulate it or you can express it and put it to work. That's the difference. So when all these people who's hitting me up talking about they want to become a sovereign, you are sovereign. So act like a sovereign. Study. Do your research. That's key element in all the information I have been providing. Please do your homework. Please do your own research. Because a lot of the information we have been given, especially out of My Sovereign World, we definitely want you to go and check the paper. Pull the paper, as they say. Pull my cards. You might catch a royal flush up in this piece. So come on, people. I'm down to 933. I want you to listen to this. Decode it. No more understanding. Understanding is out the door. Decodation. Cipher. Come on. With the next man, with the next woman. Because you are the God. You are the goddess. So people, come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You can reach me at Ning. And just Google me. Just Google Heru Alman. Peace.